Hey guys, what's going on? Finn on Fire here, and I want to bring you a war attack from Josh here. And Josh, appreciate you being a good sport about this. I'm not trying to call you out or hey, look at this guy or anything like that. Just want to use this as an example of some do's and don'ts with a Gohog. And for those of you that are working on the Gohog and want to try to get better at it, I just wanted to use this as kind of a launch pad for some things that will help your Go Hog attack. Um, hopefully get better, and that's what this is all about. It's all about being a team and getting better and improving, and hopefully this will help do that. So I'm just gonna start the replay over here. First of all, a couple of things here. So I want to talk about the troop composition. This is a Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 9, so um, there is an advantage, and I mean, 9 times out of 10, we should be knocking these out of the park. But it's all about execution, 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 execution. So if we look at the spells and stuff here, we could see 3 heal, 1 rage, and the quake spells. So I think that's absolutely perfect when you have a Town Hall 10. If you Town Hall 9, you don't have that rage spell, unfortunately. Um, and then I think as far as the rest of the troop composition goes, wall breakers are okay, but I think there's just too many hog riders here. I think a number around 22 to 24 hog riders I think is much better. I think you want to rely on your kill squad a little bit more to do a good chunk of the work. So you've got the golem there, golem and clan castle. I would like to see something more like at least 15, 16 wizards, and I think this is just a few too many archers because when you have more wizards and you can penetrate your kill squad a little bit deeper into the base and be able to take out some of these inner defenses and just be able to take out hopefully if you can take out both expos with your kill squad, I mean that's phenomenal. To have to they're very high HP defenses, and to not have your hogs have to deal with the expos, that's excellent. So you can see a couple of builder shots out there. So bringing a couple of archers to lure the CC troops out and take care of a couple builders' huts is good. Um, but let's see how this starts out here. So 1 hog in, and looks like he lures about 10 or so archers. Obviously, that's not the full clan castle. Time's a ticking here. Keep in mind with Gohog, you always want to be cognizant of the clock. It can definitely be for time-wise, it could definitely be a tight attack. You want to make sure that you are constantly moving from one step to the other. Lure the troops, get your kill squad in there to kill those troops and get your attack going. But you don't want to launch your hogs too soon. So it is all about the timing, but you do want to move in a consistent manner. So luckily he was able to trip a couple of giant bombs there. Gonna get the quakes down so the kill squad can get inside here. Unfortunately, what happened here is you can see that the wizards are pretty much caught back here, and basically these clan troops are just going to come in and just these golems are all alone. They're just going to get wasted. So I definitely, if you're going to lure the clan castle troops, first make sure you get all of the clan castle troops out, and then bring them out somewhere. Put an archer over here, and then kind of get them outside of the base so that at least when you drop your golem back here, you can get your whiz right behind it, and they'll focus on those clan castle troops versus and only having 8 wizards, so really just not much help with being able to take the clan castle troops out here. Here come the king and queen, and they're going to be able to help. He did a great job of funneling here. As you can see, there's nothing. Well, uh, there's a good gap in the middle here, so pretty much everything's going to go up the gut here. But you can see how long these clan castle troops are alive. The baby dragon, the clan castle troops have already taken out one entire golem, and there's a golem at half health, and the baby dragon is still at full health. So um, what I would like to see from a kill squad on a Go Hog attack is I want to see more, penetration, if you will. Sorry, I'm 5. But I want to see the kill squad really kind of get in there and be able to take some stuff out. That is really one of the key things. I think you've probably seen me say I do a lot of hog attacks with Deuces Wild, which is my alternate, and I say constantly if I have a 90% or if I have a, the attack didn't quite go what I wanted to, 9 times out of 10, well, if it's not the clock getting me at the end, it's because my kill squad didn't push far enough. I either had trouble dealing with the clan castle troops or something to that nature, but the kill squad has to take a chunk out of the base. You've seen me talk about the pie chart when I talk about hog attacks. You want your kill squad to take a chunk out of the pie so that your hogs can kind of do the loop and take care of the rest. But when your kill squad has a very small push, when you're only getting like a few defenses in here, that just isn't enough to help out the hog attack. Granted, you got the queen and the clan castle troops, but that's at the cost of a lot of troop spaces. You're talking, 60 troop spaces in your between your golem and your clan castle, and then your wizards. I mean, that's a lot of troop space, including your heroes. That really didn't accomplish a whole lot here. So that's got to be a focus. Being able to protect those golems better, have more wizards with your attack versus too many hogs, and that will really be able to get your attack going early. The other thing I want to touch on real quickly is basically he dropped the quake spells before the golems came out, and sometimes that's not the best thing to do because what's going to happen is if you have all these buildings up here, the wizards are going to attack those, and then the golem is going to go straight through, and your wizards are going to get stuck back there, and then your golem's basically just going to get destroyed, and there's nothing you can do about it. So sometimes you want to give it a second before get your clan castle troops out and pull the enemy clan castle troops out, take care of them. And then really get your funneling started. A lot of times with deuces, I will put my lower rank golem, my lower level golem out there first to kind of tank the clan castle troops, and then I will bring in my clan castle golem, which is always a max golem, for the kill squad. So that way, at least I have a full health golem going on ahead. So there's just a couple more tips there. And then as far as the hog coming out right now, again, I would like to see the kill squad take a bigger chunk out there first. Now, granted, his kill squad's just about dead aside from the queen here. So, and plus he does have a lot of hogs, so this isn't necessarily a bad time to start. But I do like to see some more defenses get taken out before the hogs really come in. So with how the hogs are launched, again, they're kind of in a wave, and you don't really want to attack a bunch of defenses at one time. You want the hogs to kind of stick together as one little squad and kind of move from defense to defense and take it down quickly. So I would probably start by dropping about 10 or 12 hogs right on this first cannon, and then kind of watch them ping pong kind of their way through. And you also, at this time, you want to kind of anticipate, okay, where's the empty space? What path are my hogs going to take? Well, we know what path the hogs are going to take. And then here's some empty space here. Here's some empty space here. I would probably want to have my first heal spell somewhere right around here. That's probably going to be where my first heal spell. You don't want it right here. You want it right here because these point defenses, they're not going to do a lot of damage to the hogs. So, dropping it too early is just going to kind of waste it there. So you see all the hogs coming out at once, and it's just not very efficient. You want to launch them in groups. So the heal spell, I think, is just a little early. Like I said, you want it kind of more over the open space and kind of right in front of that Wiz Tower there, and that way that will cover you for the second Wiz Tower over here. So what I would have liked to seen is, so you have these hogs kind of ping-ponging in here. If there was a group of about 10 to 12 hogs, I would have liked to see a couple more hogs come in here, uh, and then ultimately have basically a few hogs coming in each of these defenses here. So what happens is, instead of your main group of hogs kind of having to go out to the corner and then come back, which is really inefficient and time consuming, if you had launched a smaller group of hogs first and then launched a few extras, what happens is these hogs will merge in with the main group of hogs and they'll kind of continue around. So that's really the hardest part of the hog launch to master, is really kind of merging in the other groups of hogs with the initial group of hogs that you drop in. So again, you have your initial group, and then they're kind of doing their thing, and then the outlying defenses. So I'm sort of picturing this U shape, this horseshoe. I've talked about the horseshoe before, because you have your wedge come out with your kill squad, and you want your hogs to kind of follow like a little bit of a horseshoe. You don't want your hogs kind of having to jump out of this horseshoe to take out these outlier defenses. So if you can bring in a few hogs and then have them kind of merge on that path, that's exactly how you want to do it. So again, I think this was one of those things where it was kind of doomed from the start, because the composition wasn't quite right. And now the heal spells are coming in. You never ever want to overlap heal spells. You want to spread them out, because at this point, out of heal spells, and you have an entire side of the base to go. So ultimately, if you so there was that oops, there was a whiz tower here, so the first heal spell ultimately should have gone like right here. The second one could have gone something like over here, and then you have a third one for over here. And that's ultimately how you want to space it out. So again, you just want to be aware of where the open spaces are, where the whiz towers are, where you're going to need those heal spells. Sometimes you do just have to kind of have that trigger finger if you're not sure where there's going to be a bomb. But generally, you want to have a heal spell out anytime they're going over an open space where you think there might be bombs, or you're going towards a whiz tower. So hopefully I've covered a bunch of things here that could be improved with this attack, and hopefully they kind of make sense for you guys watching who want to improve your hog attack, and hopefully this will help make it better. But it starts with the right composition, something around 24 hogs, 16 wizards, and a few wall breakers. If you're at Town Hall 10, you're going to have a few extra troop slots, because I know with my Town Hall 9, I'm typically taking one golem, 24 hogs, 16 wizards, and I believe 3 wall breakers. I might sub out one of those wizards for a few archers if I need to. If I know I'm going to need to lure, it's going to be a difficult lure, or there's some builder's huts. So just kind of use your best judgment there. But Town Hall 10, you can have a few extra hogs, so something like 26, 28. So it really should just be total overkill for Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 9. And even with all the issues, you can just see, there wasn't actually much of the defenses left to go. So if it had been the correct composition, if the kill squad had gotten in here and taken out some of these defenses, it would have been a successful attack. Just make sure to deal with the clan castle troops first. Get your kill squad in there, let them take a chunk out, and then get your hogs going in the horseshoe. So I want to take a look at DR's attack. I know that I want to take his look at his attack on 10, because Locke said that it was a good attack, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I actually have not watched it yet, so let's take a look at a couple things. So as compared to the previous attack, you can see the difference. So this is a Town Hall 9 loadout, so there's no rage spell in the spell composition. Slightly lower heroes, slightly lower golem. Only 26 hogs versus 32, and then you have 4 extra wizards and a few less archers. So this is closer to what I would want to see as a better composition versus Town Hall 9, or just for the Gohog attack in general. So let's go ahead and play this. Just to take a look at this base, you can see that there's no builder's huts in the corner. Let's see, before we do this, where do I think that the big bombs are? Because in a Gohog attack, you always have to take a look and see where the big bombs are. One of the things I've been noticing is that people seem to be putting the big bombs on the outside now to try to destroy those hog raids at the end when they're circling and finishing up versus trying to get them inside. So the Teslas are probably up in here. That's probably the Tesla bay. And then he might have some double bombs in here, or I don't know. It's hard to say where he might have his double bombs tucked away in this base. Possibly right here and right here as well. So let's see if my predictions are correct. Again, I have not watched this replay yet. DR is definitely one of our up-and-coming hoggers, so I'm excited to see him having some success. So a great pull. This is exactly what I want to see from the clan castle pull. He's got the one archer out there, and it's dragging these clan troops all the way out. So now they're exposed. You're not going to be dealing with them in the middle of the base. Their golem isn't going to get sucked in. And then you can see the quake spells going down. This isn't going to, if you can drop your quake spells as soon as you want, if they're not going to expose any of like the outer walls. So he still needs wall breakers to get in. His golems aren't just going to go straight in without that. So here comes clan castle troops. Gonna pull them a little bit further, maybe a little bit further. Here comes the golem. So, and then again, as soon as you drop that golem, get those wizards out there instantly. And I mean, the best part about this is he's in open space, so there's nothing else those wizards are going to latch onto right now. So even though this golem is kind of a sacrifice, and again, it's only going to get down to, didn't even burst it. So now he's got, all of his wizards are alive. He was able to pop some bombs there. And then he's got the full health golem coming in with a bunch of wizards behind. So this is perfect. This is really, sorry about that. This is really what you want to see. So this is a great start. Couple wall breakers coming in. Oop, those ones got blown up by mortar. You can see he's got some nice space cleared here. Good job getting a couple wizards on this guy, just so to make sure your heroes don't stray. I might have tucked a wizard up there too. I'm not sure where that king is gonna go. Yeah, he's heading up top, but the queen looks like she's gonna funnel, which is great. So they're getting in there, and the golem's tanking that damage. You got the wizards, and so this is really what we want to see from the kill squad. So now we have a nice chunk of area out there, and you can start to kind of see the path of the hogs here. So the horseshoe is starting to develop, and one of the things you look for in a hog base, or a base that's easily hogged, there's just not a lot of sort of outlier defenses. They're just going to be in that nice sort of horseshoe pathway. So me personally, I know this was a successful attack. I'm not going to harp on you, but just something that I kind of look at is something to think about rather, and not that I would have done anything differently with this attack, but if this cannon targets on this queen, that might be a problem. So if my heroes are going to be in trouble, I always try to launch the hog on the side that's going to best protect my heroes. So in this case, with the king exposed, with the queen right here, I probably would have launched my hogs on this side. I don't think, obviously he 100% this base, so it didn't make a difference, but just something to consider in trying to protect your heroes. So little unlucky there with some bombs going off and those hogs coming in. And again, he launched all of his hogs, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially with this base. It's not that big of a deal, but the problem with launching all of your hogs at one time is they can split off and make it difficult for healing. So, for example, if there was like a corner here and these were defenses, you'd have one group of hogs that's going to go kind of this way, and now you have another group of hogs that's going to start heading kind of that way. So it can make it on certain bases, if you group all your hogs together in the beginning, it can make it a little bit squirrely to keep your hogs kind of together and able to, get the most utilization out of your heal spells. Now, at this base, not a big deal because the defenses are kind of tight together along kind of the same path, and so you're not really going to run into that issue. On top of the fact that there, pretty much was no chance of any of the double bombs or any big bombs being inside the base. So there was really no risk of launching all the hogs at once. But I still prefer to kind of launch them in phases. But again, this was a great attack. Everything was done really, really well, especially with the clan castle troops and the kill squad are just so important with this attack. And just really nicely done, DR, and hope you keep it up, man. I like to see the Gohog attacks and keep those 3 stars coming. All right, guys, another Gohog episode down, and keep tuned in. I will work on my Healer Giant Bowler, whatever the hell it is, Healer Giant Hog Bowler attack, and try to get one of those videos up as well. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Fin on Fire out.